Alrighty, welcome back, race fans. Tonight we are here with the I-States Racing Association. This is the Wise Guys iRacing Graphics 200 at Charlotte Motor Speedway, presented by MaxSpeedTV. I am Joshua Medlock, again back with you on the mic for tonight's race. Now, tonight's race is being sponsored by none other than the 31 here tonight of Mr. Scott Wise. Scott Wise, glad to have you come on board, sponsor tonight's race. He is a graphics designer type of guy. I don't see him in Team's Discord here. I'd like to get him up here and have a word in with him, but I don't see him in here. But I did want to give him a shout out to let him know that I do know who the sponsor is for tonight. So glad to have you on board. But boy, what an action-packed race we have for you on hand tonight, fellas. It's gonna be fun. We've got 21 drivers out here, it looks like, for tonight's race in the trucks. They're going to be pulling 134 laps here tonight. And yes, they do stages. We will get to that here in just a second. But boy, what a couple of good races we have had for the past couple of weeks here with I-States. Boy, it has been amazing and close indeed. Take a look at the point standings here coming in to tonight. As soon as I can get to it, here we go. Tony Mangi still holding on to the top spot here coming into tonight's race. The first race back after last week's race for the All-Star race. That was sponsored by Dalton Tucker, but Tony has the points here coming into tonight with 656. Dalton Tucker in second, 667, 39 back. And Josh Mayu in third, 543, 74 back. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in fourth, 482, 61 back. Oh, excuse me. Thomas Gold in fifth, 464 points, 18 back. Matthew McCann in sixth, 453 points, 11 back. Jim Westerfield in seventh, 436 points, 17 back. Greg McKinney in eighth, 443 points, 2 back. Terry Griffey. Sorry, Terry, I told you I was going to pick on you. I called you Jerry. Terry Griffey in ninth, 432 points, 2 back. Scotty Johnson will round out your top 10 in points, 387 points, 45 back behind Terry. Chuck Carroll in 11th, 383, 4 back. And Logan Kais in 12th, 443 points. He is 40 back behind Chuck. Now, on the top 16, of course, ladies and gentlemen, they make it to the chase. But right now, we're only going to do the top 12. 2 weeks ago at Kansas, Tony Mangi took the win with Dalton Tucker grabbing the pole there. And last week at Eldora in the non-points All-Star race, Tony Mangi took the win as well with a dominating performance. But boy, it was a fun All-Star race. Go back and check it out here on MaxSpeedTV. This week, however, points are back in action, and we are getting closer to the end of the regular season with 13 races left after tonight. Tonight's race is 134 laps. Stages will be 30, 60, and then to the finish of 134. Going to be a good race tonight. I love Charlotte Motor Speedway. Next week's May the 26th, we will be at Pocono for 60 laps, and I don't know if that lap count's right. I will have to get with Josh Mayu on that one, but that is the point standings, and that is a little bit of information here coming in to tonight. So we're going to take that off of there. We're going to give a shout out to the sponsors here before we get into qualifying in about 4.5 minutes. K2B Designs for I-States, a moto option. Josh Mayu is actually, I believe, carrying the moto option paint scheme. Yes, he is. We will get to more information on these sponsors here in just a little bit. And the Ford Entertainment Group, they sponsor a lot of the races here. Like I said, we will get to more of the sponsors as we get later on into the race. And also tonight, it is, of course, the LFOD Motorsports Truck Series. And like I said, I'm seeing about 21 drivers here tonight, so this is going to be fun. Now, the pre-race analytics coming in here too tonight. We've got an air temp of 69 degrees, a track temp of 70, and of course, like I said, 134 laps, 201 miles. Tire window is going to be about 35 to 40, but I guarantee you, because of the conversations I've had with a few drivers throughout practice, they're going to get tires whenever they get fuel. It's tearing up the tires out here tonight. Now, the fuel window is going to be about 29 to 31 laps, so roughly around in that area. Pit road speed is going to be 45 miles an hour. Get it off the track and get it slowed down. You do not want to get caught speeding out here tonight. So since it looks like they are going to continue practice here, they have already done the drivers meeting here. So that is out of the way. Glad to have everybody out there. I see we got 6 watchers out here tonight. 6 watchers. 6 viewers, sorry. I do want to give a shout out to a late happy birthday to one of the drivers out here tonight, Mr. Logan Kais. I don't know where he's at. There he is in the number 43. Everybody wish him a late happy birthday. His birthday was yesterday, and he's wanting to get a win here tonight for a birthday present. So right now, Logan is running currently in 11th. So let's see if Logan can, kind of wheel and deal it out here before they get in to the race. But it should be fun and entertaining, folks. Well, we're going to step away, play the national anthem. Don't go anywhere. Qualifying will be underway when we come back. All right, we are back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Qualifying is underway, and the times are starting to roll in here tonight. Darren Bruce currently having the pole in that number 27. Ed Adams currently in second, and no surprise here, folks. Tony Monge going to come and take it away from Darren Bruce with a 29.476. Josh Mayu in the O2 Moto Option Chevrolet looking to put in a quick and good lap here tonight. We're going to watch him real quick and see exactly where that O2 machine places his Chevy Silverado. Right now, only 3 drivers, now 4, as Josh puts that O2 machine in second. Right now, 4 drivers have taken a qualifying time. Greg McKinney in the number 20 out here looking to take a time in as well. I want to give everybody a heads up here while everybody is qualifying. We do have some storm damage here where I live at, so let's hope the electric and the internet holds up here tonight. I do believe they've got it all fixed, but still some significant damage around my area, as we did have a EF1 tornado come through yesterday. So people are still, they're cleaning up and repairing the damage. But we are here. We are going to call the race, hopefully, and get it get it in the books, because this is going to be a good race indeed. Seeing 8 people in a chat right now. How are you guys doing? Now 7. It looks like Thomas Vanassi in the 30 is going to put the number 30 into 4th. Now Jared Duda out here looking to put in a time. Thomas Gold. Dalton Tucker did not put in a practice lap. So I'm wondering exactly, well, no surprise, there's Dalton up there with his frenemy. Yeah, I call him a frenemy because they're friends and enemies. I wouldn't really call them enemies. They just know how to race each other very cleanly, but you can call them frenemies if you want to. But Dalton Tucker, well, Dalton now goes back to second. Greg McKinney in the 20 goes into that top spot. Jared Duda still looking to put in his first lap. Now Jim Westerfield in the 15th, Villalobos Chevrolet out here. Always enjoyed that paint scheme by Jim Westerfield. He is running it again here tonight. Scott Bellum in the 81 looks like he is putting in a qualifying time, but of the sorts, not a fast qualifying time. All right, David McCullough out here as well. Well, Thomas Gold is going to be in 3rd in the 97 Rocky Ridge Chevrolet. Jim going to go into 8th. It looks like we're going to have several non-qualifiers if they don't get out there. Looks like Matthew McCann in the 00 is kind of doing the same thing as Scott Bellum's doing. David McCullough in the number 8 Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Looking to put in a time here, as we keep an eye on David McCullough. Glad to have everybody out there. Like I said, they're cautiously optimistic about making it to the first stage on fuel. Now, as I said before, fuel is about 29 to 31 laps. Stage 1 is 30 laps. So the question is, who's going to pit, who's not? Who's going to finish out the stage with very limited fuel, or who's going to just come down pit road a little early and try and hope for the best? David McCullough is going to go into the top 5 into 5th. It looks like Matthew McCann is still rolling here. All right, Scott Johnson has appeared on the track, just pulling out of pit road. Now it is closed qualifying, so there's none of the drivers can see each other. They have the whole track to themselves. Looks like Terry Griffey in the Tide Chevrolet still at the end of pit road. Looks like Matthew McCann is going to put in a time of 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Yep, picking on old Matthew here again. All right. The Brady Road and the 29. I get the 29 and the 92 numbers mixed up here quite a bit. Brady Road now looking to put in a qualifying time, as well as Terry and Scott Johnson. It looks like Mr. Chuck Carroll in the Good Wrench number 3 Chevrolet is out here as well. So we're going to see where these 4 drivers can go. Now, Kenny McCullough in the 03 Chevrolet out here. And it looks like Scott Johnson in the 07 is currently 12th. Brady Road in 13th currently. And it looks like Brady is done. So we'll keep an eye on Mr. Kenny McCullough. Well, right now, Greg McKinney in the 20 has the top spot with a 29.433. 22 one-thousandths of a second off of, or ahead of Dalton Tucker. And 26 one-thousandths of a second off of Thomas Gold, or ahead of Thomas Gold. All right, David McCullough looks like is there. Kenny McCullough is going to go into 10th. And Logan Kice out here in the 43 looking to put his qualifying time in. We just talked about Logan here earlier, and he is wanting to get him a win here tonight for his birthday, so we can expect that number 43 to be fighting hard, as he's still not crossed the line here yet. Right now, he's still sitting with a non-qualifying time, currently back in 18th, and I think he just tagged the wall there, so his time is not going to count. Terry Griffey not putting in a time. We've got 40 seconds left before qualifying is over, and it looks like everybody may be done here. Yeah, Brady Road now is still at the end of pit road. Looks like Logan's going to go out again here to try and at least get one lap in, but he's got 16 seconds left. I don't think he's going to be able to do it. All right. Qualifying is officially over. There it is. We'll get them on the grid here for everybody. Well, all right. This is the Moto Option starting grid. Row number 1, Greg McKinney grabbing the pole here tonight with a 29.433. Congratulations to Greg for getting the pole. Dalton Tucker going to start on the outside of him in second. Thomas Gold in third, Tony Manji in fourth, David McCullough fifth, Josh Mayu sixth, Darren Bruce seventh, Jared Duda eighth, Scott Johnson ninth, Kenny McCullough in 10th, Jim Westerfield in 11th, Thomas Vanassi 12th, Chuck Harrell 13th, Ed Adams 14th, Brady Road 15th, Scott Bellum 16th, Matthew McCann 17th. Terry Griffey, the first one that it has allocated not to take a qualifying time. He will start in that 18th spot. Race control not racing here tonight. Scott Wise will start in actually 19th. Logan Kice 20th. Chris Munger 21st. And that'll round out the field here tonight, folks. All right. Everybody is gridding up here. Should be a good race here tonight. Now, speaking of that Tide machine, Mr. Terry Griffey Terry Griffey is a new admin here for iStates. He is one of the replay admins for after the races that they do. They go through the replays and stuff and see if they need to make any adjustments to, you know, penalties or whatever the case may be, points, such of that nature. But he is part of that admin control there. So congratulations to Terry Griffey, of course, for getting that position. I do have everything wrote down here. All right, we are rolling out. Greg McKinney going to get him going here tonight. I thought I had a camera pack for Charlotte, but I do not. So we're going to roll with the defaults here tonight and give you viewers some cockpit views here. And we'll even do a cockpit crank it up too, because that's about all I got. All right, making their way into turns 3 and 4. Greg McKinney on the inside, Dalton Tucker in the 24 on the outside. Row number 1 here at the start of the race. Only get 1 lap of pacing. Pace car is off and away. Here we go. Buckle up, because we're about to get a green flag racing here. Green flag is out. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing at Charlotte. Already going 2 by 2, and look who's up high. Dalton Tucker and Tony Manji up high. Looks like Tony is going to drop it back low here. Now he's going to go up high, making their way into 3. Still 2 by 2 up front. The 27 of Darren Bruce right behind him. But Greg McKinney gets a good jump, and he will lead officially the first lap here tonight at Charlotte. All right, here we go. The Tony Manji now on the low side as they make their way into turns 2 and 3. Now on the backstretch here. You take a look back here to the field. Oh, Dalton getting a little squirrely there in the number 24. He is kind of pushed up high there by himself. Here comes the 27 of Darren Bruce to the inside. Going to make, trying to complete the pass there. Here, the 07 of Scott Johnson started 9th. Trying to pick up another position, currently 8th. He is now side by side with the 11 of Ed Adams to make their ways to the backstretch. Here still side by side, Chuck Carroll right behind them in the number 3, Goodwrench Chevrolet, and they are still side by side here. Boy, hang on to it, guys. Well, Thomas Vanassi started 12th. He is up a position into 11th in that 30. After about 10 laps, you're going to see these guys really starting to struggle with the tires. As I was talking to some drivers earlier, after about 10 laps, you could really start feeling it. And after about 20 laps, it really starts to upset that car, the truck in this case. Now, we also know the fuel will play a big factor in the weight control of these cars. The more fuel you have, the better. And, of course, the tires as well. But as the tires wear down and the fuel runs off, it is really going to get that back end loose. Here comes the number 11 of Ed Adams, the inside of Josh Mayhew, still side by side. The 07 of Scott Johnson right behind them. Still fighting it side by side here. The 11 has not completed the pass just yet. This is for 7th place here. Now, right up ahead of them is Jared Duda in that 53 Jegs.com. I believe he is in a Toyota. Yes, he is. And they're getting spread out up ahead of them, but they're still bunched up back here. The 07, oh, we're wrecking right here. The 07 Scott Johnson getting sideways. Everybody trying to dodge it, and we've got a wreck. No, caution. Oh, there's the caution. Oh, wow. All right, well, let's go back here and take a look and see what happened. All right, well, we're going to be riding along here with the 07 of Scott Johnson. This is where it started. Now, I don't know if it was Netcode might have initiated that or not, but we will ride along here with the 07 and see exactly what happened. We've seen everybody try to dodge. Oh, right there. Contact made between the 11 of, or between the 3 of Chuck Carroll and the 07 of Scott Johnson, and that pushed Scott Johnson up into the 02 of Josh Mayu. And as they come squealing, we see these guys trying to dodge it here. The tide of Terry Griffey, Thomas Vanassi, Jim Westerfield as well involved in that. And right here, I believe, is where the caution came out, because Scott did get sideways and stop on the track. I'm not entirely sure that would be the 29 of Brady Road. As we find Brady. Yeah, Brady is up here. All right, well, back live. Woo! Whoa, what a racing. All right, well, Logan Kice looks like has decided to stay out. Well, all right, well, let's see who we can pick on here tonight. How about we see if we can get a word in with our sponsor here tonight? Scott Wise. Scott Wise, Joshua in the booth, bud. Got a copy?
What's up?
Hey, Scott, you got a copy, bud?
Yeah, I got one.
All right. Well, you're doing the sponsor here tonight, man. How's the track feeling out there, bud?
Yeah, the truck's not doing too bad. I kind of oopsed myself at the start a little bit.
All right. Well, you are the sponsor here tonight, man. So, what was the idea of sponsoring tonight's race? Tell us a little bit about it.
It's Memorial Day week. Would be the Memorial Day weekend race. I'm an Air Force veteran myself, so I figured as kind of a support for the veterans race, I'd hop in and support the race.
All right. Well, hey, man, I'm a veteran myself of the Navy, so thank you for your service. Well, I mean, big field here tonight, but we're only 9 laps in, man. We still got a whole lot of racing to go, bud. You think you got a winning truck out there?
Winning truck? Probably not. Do I have a top 10 contender? As long as I can avoid the crazy, I think I can get a solid top 10.
Well, all right, Scott. Well, we'll let you get back to it, bud. Good luck out there.
Thank you and enjoy.
Uh-huh. All right, that was Scott Wise and the number 31 machine. The sponsor out here tonight. Thought I'd get a word in with him. Well, all right, back up front, it looks like Logan Kice is going to stay out. Ooh, I don't know. Everybody behind him pitted except for race control, but race control ain't racing, so race control don't count. So it looks like they're probably going to get double file right here. Now, was that a good call or a bad call for Logan Kice to stay out while everybody else came down pit road? Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see, because the pace car lights are off. Logan now has led 2 laps, so he is going to get some bonus points. And right now he is setting at 1 bonus point for leading the lap. That puts him 39 behind Chuck Harrell for that 11th position. So here we go. Logan Kice on the inside. Mr. Ed Adams in the 11 on the outside. Greg McKinney, our pole sitter, is going to be starting 3rd. Tony Manji in 4th. And Thomas Gold is going to be starting in 5th here on this restart, coming to lap 11. Speaking of Logan Keiss, they're in practice at the start of his 11th lap, a 29.731, but on lap 42 in practice, it was a 31.851. So you can really see the drop off in about 30 or so laps. All right, here we go. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Still doing some adjustments here. All right, pace car is off. Logan in control of the field. All right, green flag is back out. We are back underway. And Greg McKinney, though, gonna really get that bumper right up to the 43. Try to give Logan a push there. Ooh, the 20. Now they're not up to speed, so no harm, no foul. But once they get up to speed, you don't want to catch that apron. Can Logan Keiss hang on to that top spot, or is he going to get ate up here by Greg McKinney? Now Greg to the inside of Ed Adams here for 2nd. And Logan going to hold on to the top spot here, coming to the line, but here comes Greg McKinney to the inside. Getting turn number 1 here, side by side up front. Ed Adams. Oh, buddy Logan going to go side. Whoa, that was close. Good save by Logan. Started to see him go sideways there. Looks like Ed Adams backed off a little bit. Good job, Ed. Dalton Tucker moving up here too. The 53 of Jared Duda up here has found his way up to 6th. And Greg McKinney is going to take over the lead here. 97, that puts Thomas Gold in 2nd. Tony Manji in 3rd. Bunch of group of cars right here with Jared Duda, Dalton Tucker right behind him, Ed Adams, Brady Road, a bird's eye view. And are they going to go 3 wide? Oh, buddy. Ed Adams caught right in the middle there. Are they going to go 3 wide? No. Dalton comes back up right ahead of Ed Adams. There's Ed Adams in the 11. And Logan is falling back. Lap 14 of 30 of stage number 1 here. And we'll take a look back here into the field away. Scott Bellum in the 81 started 16th. He is up 4 spots here after 14 laps. One driver did not start the race here tonight. That was Chris Munger. Everybody's still on the lead lap. Looks like Chuck Carroll and the 30 of Thomas Vanassi back here mired amongst themselves, racing side by side. Kenny McCullough also, he is losing some ground to Scott Johnson right up ahead of him. He's catching him though. Scott Johnson in 17th. Josh Mayhew right up ahead of him, also getting a piece of that caution there. Looks like his truck does have a little bit of damage, but nothing too severe. Doesn't look like really any of these drivers have really severe damage, so that's a good sign. David McCullough started 5th. He's back in 15th in that Mountain Dew 8. Jim Westerfield, kind of where he started. He started 11th, currently 12th. And 81 of Scott Bellum, though, is looking to the inside of the Tide 9 right there. That would be Terry Griffin. Terry is going to take it low. He's not going to be able to get the position from Terry. Now these guys are going to go single file here. Darren Bruce in the 27 Snap-on Chevrolet, right behind the 29 of Brady Road. These guys are pretty much single file here. Logan Keiss fell all the way back to 7th, and it looks like Matthew McCann is going to try to make a pass on him, and he may lose another position here after not pitting. Everybody did make a pit stop except for that 43. Back up front, Greg McKinney now has almost a half a second gap on now second place Tony Mangi in the 29. The Thomas Gold will go back to third. Dalton Tucker in fourth. Dalton's got company though with Jared Duda right there on his back bumper. So we will keep an eye on Jared Duda and Dalton Tucker here for the moment. I want to try to give everybody some air time as much as I can here. So I don't know if Jared is going to try to make a pass on that 24 or what. Right behind them, though, look at the group of cars right here. Wow. That is insane. There's a big group. If anything happens, it probably happened right here. Let's hope nothing happens. Let's hope they can keep the truck straight and off of one another. Ooh, the 11 of Ed Adams looks like he might have got a piece of the wall. So I've seen some sparks fly off. All right. Yep. Jared Duda and Dalton still going at it. Dalton, I think Dalton knows Jared's behind him. All right, they got about 9 laps left before the end of stage number 1. Make it 8. And Greg McKinney up front has now still got almost a half a second lead over Tony. Stage points do matter. Leading a lap matters. Winning the race matters. Everything plays a role here for the I-States Racing Association. So the more points you can get, the better, because the top 16 make it to the chase. So if you can get into that top 16, you will have a spot in the chase. All right, 6 more laps before the end of stage number 1. And it looks like still yet, I think everybody can make it from here. Yeah, for sure, to the end of the stage. Now, Greg McKinney, check on Thomas Vanassi here and Chuck Carroll. Chuck Carroll and Thomas Vanassi on the back stretch. Now Greg McKinney is just coming around turn number 1, so about a half a lap or so ahead of the leaders. Now Chuck Carroll is just coming across the line. Greg McKinney on the back stretch, so now about a half a track. Michelle McMaster, Eisenhower, glad to have you in chat. How are you doing? We are doing fine and dandy over here for the most part. Well, Greg McKinney has got about 4 more laps. Can he hold on to it? With a hard charging Tony Mangi in second. And Thomas Gold, not too far behind in the Rocky Ridge Chevrolet. Currently third. Dalton Tucker now fourth. And Jared Duda in fifth. Jared backed off just a little bit, it looks like. Might have been using some tires up there. Fight. No, we've got a caution. No! David McCullough. All right. Well, let's go back here and take a look at it. And I believe that is going to be the stage there, folks. All right, here we go. See what happened to David McCullough here. It looked like it might have been a product of just tires and low fuel. We will see here. Now, he's going to the inside of Jim Westerfield right here. Oh, but buddy. Okay, they did not make, contact right here between Jim Westerfield and the 8 of David McCullough. Now, right back here, coming out of turn number 4 onto the tri-oval. Look how close they got. You could not have got any closer than that. Jeez, Lord Almighty. And, of course, as they come out of the turn, it looks like the 15 of Jim might have came down just a little bit. Now, not an admin, folks. I don't make those type of decisions. That's not my call. But it looks like Jim did get into the 8 of David McCullough, and David glitched into the wall there. So I don't know if he was able to get out of it or not. He did tow. So back up live here. We will get the official word here from race control. All right, that is official. Greg McKinney will be your stage winner here tonight for stage number 1. Well, Michelle, I thank you for that. I do. I really enjoy it. All right, well, Greg McKinney is going to be your stage winner here tonight. Stage 1. We've still got 2 more to go. So we're going to let Greg come back on the track here. We'll see if we can get Greg McKinney down here. Greg McKinney, Josh from the booth, buddy. Got a copy? Hey, Greg, man. You there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Greg. Well, congratulations, bud, on winning stage number 1. How does the track feel, man?
It's a little tight. It's very line sensitive, so we'll see how it goes. Try to keep it out front, 'cause it's hard to pass.
No, definitely hard to pass. We've seen it. What do you think's going to be key here tonight? I know we still got a whole lot of racing to go. And I know you don't want to give out any of your pointers, but what do you think the key is here?
Track position.
Track position.
Yeah, you want to try to stay out front, or if you get shuffled back, take 2 tires, make a gamble, get back to the front, that type of deal.
All right, Greg. Well, it looks like you got 2 hungry people behind you. Well, I know you got a lot of hungry people behind you, but you got 2 hungrier ones, I think, right behind you. One beside you, and Dalton Tucker and Tony Manji. Do you think you got something for these guys to maybe knock them off their game?
Well, we sure hope so. This is one of my better tracks, so hopefully it'll bring us to the win tonight. Maybe the experience from racing here a lot will prevail.
All right, Greg. Well, congratulations, stage 1, man. Stage number 2, it looks like will be coming up here in about another lap. So good luck out there, bud.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, all right. That is Greg McKinney in stage, winning stage number 1 in that number 20. Now, I pick on Dalton and Tony a lot here, folks, and I know there's a lot of people out there that notice that. But let me tell you something. Every driver out here tonight is a good driver. They're great drivers. They know how to drive the trucks. But Dalton Tucker and Tony Manji are the guys to beat, and everybody knows that. And I'm not putting anybody else down, because they're trying to shoot for a win too. But when you can be up front ahead of Tony and Dalton, and I know there's several other ones out here, you're doing something right to be out there. But Dalton and Tony has got work cut out for them too. They've got to keep their trucks clean just as well as everybody else does. So it's fun and interesting at the same time. These guys know how to race. Everybody out here knows how to race. Yeah, it's a little quiet in here, Michelle. People just seem like they don't like talking. I mean, I'm all over chat. I mean, as you can see, I'm looking at chat, and You know, I'm interacting with my viewers, but people just don't like talking. I don't get it. I just don't get it. And then again, if they're watching on their phones, then I can understand, because I do broadcast in 720 for the people who watch on tablets and phones. So, you know, I do benefit them. You know, that's why I don't do 1080p. I just want people to be able to watch it on their phones and tablets and stuff. So, well, all right, Greg McKinney going to get them going here. Coming to lap 32, we are going to officially start stage number 2 here in about 2 seconds as soon as the green flag drops. All right, here we go. Green, green, green. Stage 2 underway. Greg McKinney is going to try to do everything he can to keep Tony Monge and Jared Duda and Dalton Tucker and Thomas Gold and Brady Road and all these guys behind him. And it looks like right now Tony is trying to do everything he can to get around Greg McKinney up here for that top spot. Tony's still looking to lead his first lap of the race here tonight, as well as Jared Duda, Dalton Tucker, the 97 of Thomas Gold. Thomas has been running up here. He started third. He's currently running in fifth. Ed Adams started fourth. He's currently running in sixth. These guys are side by side. Here comes the 29 of Brady Road. Well, hello there, Justin. How are you doing? What did I think of yesterday? What do you mean? The Charlotte race? All right, the 97 and the 24 doing battle up here side by side. Dalton Tucker and Thomas Gold. All right, Dalton's going to put it in behind the 97 of Thomas. Hey. And right now, folks, on MaxSpeedTV is the NSRA Super Speedway Truck Series. Mr. Rudy Cummings is doing that one right here on MaxSpeedTV. All right, the 53 of Thomas Jared Duda and the 97 of Thomas Gold now side by side. Greg McKinney, though, is doing battle here with Tony Monge for the top spot as they go side by side, coming out of turn number 2 onto the backstretch. I'm going to keep a close eye on these two drivers. Tony trying to get around that number 20 of Greg McKinney. Can he do it? It doesn't look like he's going to be able to lead that lap. Greg McKinney has led 31 laps here tonight. Or they race up front here, the closer these drivers back here get. Of course, the more they race too, the more they will use up their tires. And the way this track here tonight's eating up tires, I don't really know if you want to do that. Oh, how close was that? The 92 and the 20 touched, and I don't know who led that lap. Tony Monge leads his first lap of the race. I didn't watch yesterday's race, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. We had a real bad storm come in yesterday, and we were out of electricity for about 10 hours, roughly, somewhere right in there. Probably about 5-6 blocks down the road, there was an EF1 tornado that came through this area. I know we're watching the race, guys, but I'm also looking at chat here, so you know, I'm trying to interact with chat. And now Tony Monge did take over the lead, by the way, everybody. Greg McKinney now in second. Thomas Gold in third, Jared Duda in fourth, and Dalton Tucker in fifth. And the battle right here between Ed Adams and the 29 of Brady Road here brewing. Brady just got around the 00. Well, now they're side by side again. He was around him, now they're side by side. All right, we're going to keep an eye on this. But yeah, there was a tornado that came through yesterday in EF1, and it did some significant damage down in this area. And we were out of electricity for quite some time. It did come back on last night, but they're still having some issues with the electric, trying to get it all fixed up and everything and back up. And we got round 2 possibly coming in Tuesday. So just keep this area right now in your thoughts, because it's severe weather season for us. So, but yeah, no, an EF1, bud, an EF1, not an EF4, EF1. EF1. Located in Fort Smith, Arkansas. That is where I live at. But Toby, thank you so much for that. Enjoy my announcement and for recognizing his birthday. Yeah, I do appreciate it. Yeah, he told me about it. I actually said something about it, and then I decided, you know, I'm going to pick on him and wish him a happy birthday. All right, well, for the lead here, as we were just rambling on there, Greg McKinney and Tony Manji now doing battle again for the lead. Up here up front, Greg McKinney's going to lead that lap. We're going to go back here into the field of ways and check on some of the other drivers here. Ed Adams up there running in 6th. Matthew McCann in the 00 right behind him in 7th. Darren Bruce in the 27, currently 8th. Brady Road in 9th. And Logan Kai, speaking of Logan, he is currently running in 9th, passing up the 29. And the 31 of Scott Wise, your sponsor for this race here tonight, he is going to crack the top 10 to getting around Brady Road. That's going to put Brady back in 11th. Terry Griffey, the Tide Machine. I was talking to Terry earlier on, and I was asking Terry when he was going to put that Tide Machine into victory lane, maybe do some washing of the trucks, and he said he used all up his Tide on the truck last week after their dirt race at Eldora. So I don't know if he's got any left or not, but I told Terry I'd pick on him tonight. That's what I'm doing. So, but Terry's currently running in 12th, started 18th. Jim Westerfield right now running in 13th, started 11th. And we're going to actually go on board here with a Brady Road here. If I can find a cockpit, here it is. A little bit of a cockpit view as Brady is coming up on the 31 of Scott Wise and company. I do not have a crank it up cam for Charlotte, everybody. I am so sorry. I will make sure I get that fixed. And, that was a little close to comfort there, Brady, but that's just too close for comfort for me. You do you, though. I want to get right up on the back bumper of them, be my guest. Well, all right, a little bit of a lap here with Brady Road and the number 29, keeping it straight. Now the 27 of Darren Bruce, trying to get around the 11 of Ed Adams. Now, me and Ed talk. I know Ed pretty well. I know a lot of these drivers really well, as I've called their names many times. We're going to keep an eye on Darren here, as he is really, really close to that line. Now through the tri-oval here. That's all right, Tyreek Elaine. It's really, you know, EF1, EF4, you know, really close. But no, it was the EF1. That's what the National Weather Service officially said. But they're still surveying the damage too, so we'll actually have to wait and see what the actual, you know, results are from that. But Greg McKinney up front again has led 39 laps, dominating performance here by that number 20. Tony Manji, though, can't count him out either. He is currently running back here in 2nd, right behind that 20. And Thomas Gold has some company with Dalton Tucker and Jared Duda now. We got a 3-car field here. It looks like they may be trying to get the draft off of one another. You can draft a little bit here at Charlotte. For sure, especially on the backstretch. But it's the tires, man, that are really wearing down quickly here. You know, after about 10 laps, you start feeling it. You'll notice a difference, and then after about 20 laps, it really starts to feel. You know, you really feel it falling off, and then I can only imagine what 30 laps feels like. But it looks like the top 6 are on a 21 or a 22 lap stint here. Now Logan Kice, however, is on a 23 lap stint on his tires, so you could really tell the fall off here. Now the best time for Greg McKinney is a 29.510. His last lap was a 37.19 for Greg McKinney, your leader here. And we're going to get right back here with this group of cars, or trucks, I should say. Now we're going to be in about 8 laps. We're going to be at the end of stage number 2 already. Oh, buddy. Get a little close for comfort here between Darren Bruce and Ed Adams. I've been watching these guys. There's a pack of cars right here, and you really don't want nothing to happen either, because if something was to happen, it would be detrimental to whoever got involved. All right, back up front. Greg McKinney, Tony Manji, neck and neck. Dalton Tucker and company. As now Jared Duda makes the pass on Thomas Gold. Jared going to go into 4th. And Dalton going to be in 3rd still. Tony Manji, though, here in about 5 laps, we're going to be at the end of stage 2. And can Tony make the pass on Greg McKinney, or is Tony just buying some time? It looks like everybody is going to stay out. Doesn't look like anybody is going to pit here coming down to the wire here to the end of stage 1. Now, I know Greg McKinney would love to get a stage 2 win here as well. He already won stage 1. All right. In about 3 laps, we'll be at the end of stage number 2. I know I keep repeating myself, but they're pretty much spread out here for the most part. And I don't really see any... I mean, there are some battles going on back here. If we can get on them. There we go. We're going to check on the 02 of Josh Mayu. Looking to make the pass onto the inside of the 11 of Ed Adams. Ed falling back. Josh going to go into, or trying to go into 13th. Terry Griffey right up ahead of them. All right. Back up front here, and here in about 1 more lap, we're going to get to the end of stage 2. So we're going to stay up front here with the 20 of Greg McKinney and the 92 of Tony Manji. We're going to see if Tony will try to make a pass on Greg, or if Tony is just going to set where he is at. And if he's going to do something, he's going to have to do it now, because They're coming up to the line, and I don't believe Tony is going to be able to do it, but he is going to try to the line. Greg McKinney. There it is, folks. Greg McKinney is going to be your Stage 2 winner here. All right, 10 more points for Greg McKinney. Greg McKinney was only 2 behind Jim Westerfield in the point standings. He was currently 8th, so that's really going to help Greg McKinney. He was 2 back behind Jim. And Jim was 17 back behind Matthew McCann, so we'll give him we'll let him pit, and then we'll get Greg back up here for another quick interview. So don't go anywhere. Well, if it's your first time here on MaxSpeedTV, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And click that little bell to turn on notifications. It'll let you know when MaxSpeedTV goes live here. And sometimes we have multiple broadcasts going at the exact same time. Kind of like what we have tonight here. Rudy is doing one and I am doing another. So be sure to, if you got, even one screen, pull them both up. Watch them both. If you want to watch one, watch the other. Doesn't matter. But they are all going to pit here coming down. Now, this will be the final stage. They're going to race it to the end after they get done pitting here. And Greg McKinney is going to win that race off of pit road. So that is going to put him back out front. All right. Greg McKinney, Josh, run the booth again. Got a copy, bud? Greg McKinney, got a copy. Well, I don't think Greg can hear me. Greg, got a copy, bud. All right. Well, Greg McKinney not wanting to talk, but so Greg McKinney, well, congratulations still, Greg, Stage 2 winner. So I guess we will talk to somebody else here. How about we talk to... Well, let me get Stage off of here real quick. There we go. How about we talk to the 97 of Thomas Gold? Thomas, go. Josh for the booth. Got a copy, bud?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going good, Thomas. Well, Thomas, you've been running pretty much up front the whole night. Tell me, how's the racing out there? And boy, man, the tires have got to be wearing out quick here tonight.
Yeah, on that last restart, I burned them up way too quickly, and which allowed Dalton and the 53 to come around me pretty quickly. I think the biggest challenge that we got tonight is the conservation of tires and how you can play with them through the long run. And hopefully we'll get some long runs and green flag pit stops in here for the second half of the race.
Well, you know, this is the final stint here, the final stage. Do you have, you know, a winning truck out here? And if not, you know, what type of truck do you think you have?
I think it's going to be pretty tough to beat positions 1 and 2 right now. I think Dalton and I, Dalton, the 24, the 53 and I, we have some pretty identical trucks. We can battle it out. But I think something crazy has to happen on some green flag pit stops with the 20 and the 92 in order for either the 24, 53 or I to get up there and contend for a win.
All right, Thomas. Well, it looks like you're going to be starting in that 6th position here. And we're about ready to go back green flag racing, bud. Still a whole lot of racing left to go. Good luck out there, Thomas.
Thanks, guys.
All right, that is Thomas Gold, going to be starting in 6th. Well, congratulations again goes to Greg McKinney for winning Stage 1 and Stage 2. Oh, we're going to be final stage racing here, and Greg's going to get them going. Tony Mangi onto the outside. Dalton right behind him. Pace car will dive off here. There it goes. Greg in control of the field here. Greg and Green. We're off and going again. All right. Here we go. As they come screaming around turn number 2 onto the backstretch here. Tony wasting no time. He is going to take point away from Greg McKinney. Gonna have to really watch back here. Look at the group of cars, though. Now, this is with fresh tires, folks. So when them tires start to fall off, we're really gonna have control of it. Matthew McCann to the inside of the 29 of Brady Road. Brady fighting hard on that outside in the 29. Ed Adams, bird's eye view of Ed, and ooh, Brady blinking just a little bit. Jim Westerfield in 9th, started 11th. 81 of Scott Bellum currently running in 10th. Right behind him, the boss man, the 02 of Josh Mayu to the inside of Scott Bellum. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, and it looks like David McCullough still sitting on pit road. I do not know if he's going to be able to make it back out. Let's hope he can at least get out here and pull some more laps, because that is one of the sponsors here, and that it will be actually Ford Entertainment Group. The Ford Entertainment Group is a huge sponsor of a bunch of races, and they are giving away a $1,200 gaming PC to the driver who completes the most laps for the whole season. That is the Ford Entertainment Group and what they are doing. Now, Moto Option is giving away a brand new custom hoodie with the driver's last name on it and number, and the second, third place, and the best of the rest of the finishers in placing points will all get gift cards. And I do have a picture on screen now. Is the hoodie and the gift cards, and then of course the 02 of Josh Mayu, who we are on right now, is running that Moto Option paint scheme. So that is the thing that Moto Option is giving away. Now LFOD, who is the sponsor of the LFOD Truck Series here, LFOD is giving $100 to the driver with the least amount of incidents for the season, and $50 to the driver with the second least amounts of incidents as well. So that is the sponsors here for iStates Racing. Now, I don't have anything on K2B, but K2B is one of the sponsors. So we'll have to get with Josh and see on that one. But glad to have all the sponsors on board for iStates. All right, well, back up front, Tony Manji now has the lead. Greg McKinney in second. Dalton Tucker in third. Thomas Gold, who we just talked to earlier, is up to fourth from sixth. Jared Duda now in fifth. Matthew McCann in sixth. Ed Adams in seventh. Jim Westerfield in eighth. Scott Bellum ninth. And Scott Wise will round out your top 10. Scott Wise, the sponsor for this race. He's got a whole lot of company behind him. 02 of Josh Mayu, the 43 of Logan Keiss. The Tide Pod 9 machine, Terry Griffey right there with him. Darren Bruce. 29 of Brady Road has got company now. The 07 of Scott Johnson going to make the pass on him, it looks like with ease. Logan going to go into 11th. Running at that middle lane. A little bit of a better view here for everybody. You can see cars just a little better. It's a big view. Not as loud either. All right, now they're getting pretty much spread out here. They're on about a 13-lap stint here, and they can go about 29 to 31 laps on fuel, roughly. Looking back from Jared Duda in fifth, there is Matthew McCann. They make their way around turn 3 and 4 here onto the tri-oval. A Charlotte Motor Speedway is 1.5 miles long. For everybody that doesn't know, this is where they held the All-Star race yesterday in real life, in real NASCAR. And from what I understand, it was a pretty good show. I didn't get to watch it. All right, I'm back up front. Tony Manji has now led 18 laps. That company, though, Greg McKinney, though, still not giving up. He is still running neck and neck with Tony Manji. Dalton Tucker has now caught almost the back bumper of that number 20. And we knew these two would be up here if they wasn't caught up in an accident. We knew Dalton and Tony would be pretty much together. And it ain't no surprise, Greg McKinney either. Greg said this is one of his, good tracks, favorite tracks. So he is fighting. Now, we've still got plenty of laps left, so anything can happen. But we have had one regular caution here, and that actually ended the first stage. And then we have had another caution, and then we had another caution, a yellow. So really we've had two regular cautions and then one stage, but the stage 1 caution ended the stage, and it was a wreck 3 laps before the end of the stage. So y'all get what I'm saying. We got about 55 laps to go. And only 11 caution laps and 5 lead changes here tonight. Oh, Greg McKinney in that number 20. As we go on here to Tony Manji and go to a rear chase. Look how close that number 20 is getting to that number 92. Whew. We go on a chase view of Tony Manji. We will be able to see Greg McKinney if he does get close. It doesn't look like he's gonna do it there, but boy, he got really, really close. All right, it looks like the 20 of Greg McKinney backed off, so let's go back here into the field just a ways. The 53 of Jared Duda and the 00 of Matthew McCann. Matthew on that high side right behind them. Looks like Ed Adams and Jim Westerfield 7th and 8th respectively. Scott Bellum in 9th. Kind of in between Ed Adams and the 31 of Scott Wise. Logan Keiss in 11th. Well, Terry Griffey in 12th. Well, we'll have in about probably 9 laps or so. We'll see some guys making the pit stops here. Well, it looks like Thomas Vanassi is coming down pit road for his pit stop. And it looks like right now that is currently it. So about eight or so laps, they'll probably end up making a pit stop here. We'll have to wait and see who decides to come in when. How far are they gonna take that tank down? Oh, the 97 of Thomas Gold getting below that line. Now, what you want to do there, Thomas? Riding the blue line there, Thomas Gold. The 53 of Jared Duda right up ahead of him. Everybody still on the racing surface. Thomas Vanassi back out there. Currently 1 lap down. That's just because he pitted. When are the other drivers going to come in? We've got probably about 4 or 5 laps, roughly about when they're going to come in. 4, 5, 6, somewhere around in there. Kenny McCullough in the 03 looking to the inside of the 9. Got a battle right here. Well, all right, it looks like Dalton Tucker coming down pit road. Gets it into his pit stall just fine. Dalton on pit road. He'll be going back out there here momentarily. Tony Manji, Greg McKinney, and now Matthew McCann. Matthew in 3rd as Dalton pitted. Ooh, I seen Logan get a little high there. You can tell the tires are really starting to upset the trucks. Still waiting for these other drivers to come in, and they're really holding on to it. Seen a few drivers come in. Watching the speeds here. Jim Westerfield currently running in 5th. He's back up to speed here. And it looks like Darren Bruce coming down pit road. He has had enough of the tires, and I'm sure he's getting low on fuel, so he is going to come down pit road. Ooh, Scott Wise getting down to about 130 mile an hour. Not sure exactly what happened to Scott. Here comes Dalton Tucker, though, with those fresh tires. And you can just see how quick and how, you know, just what it does to the to your truck as Dalton makes his way. Hey, he's passing these drivers left and right with those fresh tires. All right, Josh Mayu coming down pit road. He's had enough. Like tires, fuel, let's go. All right, now here we go. We're breaking off here. Ed Adams coming down pit road. Matthew McCann, Scott Johnson coming down pit road. And I'm seeing, it looks like that may be it for right now. With Chuck Carroll. Oh, the 31 of Scott Wise having some issues. He got it fixed. Got it in his pit stall there. Thomas Gold now coming down pit road. Pit stops, green flag pit stops are happening here tonight. And whoa, Scott Johnson almost had a moment there. Scott Johnson coming down pit road. Oh, Greg McKinney having a moment. No. Looks like Greg McKinney was going to come down pit road and could not get it locked down enough and spun it. No. We will go back here and take a look at what exactly happened to Greg. That is not what Greg wanted. We are still green flag here. It looks like Greg was going to come down. Oh, and it just broke loose. And he comes back up on the track, no caution. He gets it straight, gets it back going. And boy, it really upset that truck. So now he is officially on pit road as we go back live here. Jared Duda has led one lap. Brady Rhoda has not led a lap. He is in second. Greg McKinney on pit road. Tony Manji on pit road. Right now, Jared Duda. All right, Jared coming in as well as Brady Road. Well, that is going to give the lead to, if he can make it back around, the number 24 of Dalton Tucker. And Dalton will take point here. And I believe they will have to pit at least for fuel before the end of the race. I do not think they can make it 30, well, it would be right now about 36 laps. And some of these guys even longer than that. Dalton Tucker is on a 10-run stint here. Tony Manji now in second. Matthew McCann third. Ed Adams fourth. Thomas Gold after the green flag pit stops. This will be 5th place. Oh, we've got a caution. Terry Griffey. I think I picked on him a little bit too much here tonight, folks. Terry Griffey in the Tide number 9. All right, let's go back here and take a look and see what happened to Terry. See the 29 of Brady Road there coming back on the racing surface. See Terry coming around turn 3 here. And I'm wondering if it just broke loose. Oh, right here. Thomas, ooh, net code it looks like. Yeah, that really looked like a net code there. Now, it's from my point of view. Thomas Vanassi up high in that 30, and they didn't touch. As you can see right there, there's still a gap between them two. But I am not an admin. I will let the admins figure that out. But contact, net code made there between the 9 and the 30. The 9 of Terry Griffey and the 30 of Thomas Vanassi. All right. Well, back up live here. It looks like everybody but Greg McKinney and Logan is going to come down pit road. And Brady Road, it looks like, stayed out. Well, all right. Let's see here who we can yak at. How about we yak at, we haven't talked too much. Ed Adams, Joshua in the booth. Got a copy?
Oh, I sure do.
Hey, Ed, been a long time, bud. But hey, we're back out here, man. How's the track out there, man?
You know, track's not bad. It's a little neutral to a little tight, but you know, you tend to lose the nose when you're tucked up behind for a while. I was burning up my right front there. That's why I was going backwards there for a little bit. But otherwise, it's kind of neutral.
Well, it's kind of neutral. So what is it going to take to get that truck up there?
About 10 more horsepower, no, about 20 more horsepower, and a little luck from the guys up front getting side. Little bumper action.
Well, you haven't had the best of luck, you know, this season. At the beginning of the season, man, you came out with a win, I do believe. But it just seemed like as the season went on, it just seemed like you were caught up in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Can you kind of talk about it?
Oh, the Daytona curse? Yeah, we came out the gate swinging and then just got beat up after that. You know, I don't think the crew liked it too much. Too many soap parties.
Well, all right, Ed. Well, good luck out there. Still plenty of laps left, man. Anything can happen, bud. And you're in a pretty good position right now, currently 7th. You know, anything can happen, and you know it.
Oh, yeah. Truck's been pretty good overall. I want to say a happy Memorial Day to all the past service members that we've lost along the way. Thank you for the service. Tonight's truck is a little tribute to those old World War II bomber crews.
All right. Yeah, we'll get a good look at that here in just a second, Ed. Man, good luck out there, bud. It ain't over.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Uh-huh. All right, that was Ed Adams in that number 11. We'll get a good look at this truck here for all the service members out there. He is running a custom paint scheme. That's a sharp-looking truck. I got to give him that. It's a sharp-looking truck, and it's pretty clean too. Still got a clean truck. Sorry about the noise. I've babysitting a dog, and he likes to bark. So he wanted to put his 2 cents in. So, but all right, Greg McKinney is going to be back out front. Logan Keiss now to his outside, or Logan's going to be on the outside. We'll get it right in a minute here as soon as everybody gets lined out. So Greg McKinney, Logan Keiss, Brady Road, Dalton Tucker. That is your top four, and Tony Manji is in fifth. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can actually count. Math with Joshua. All right. There we go. They're double file here, ready to go back green flag racing. Greg McKinney has led 57 laps. Logan has led 4. Brady Rhodes still looking to lead his first laps of the race. Dalton Tucker has led 2. Tony Manji has led 37. And believe we have had a couple other people lead some laps here. We'll look at it in a minute. All right, back up front. We're going to get going green, back green here. Pace car is off and away. Greg McKinney ready to get them back going. Green, green, green. We're off and going again here, folks. All right, still 2x2. Logan on the outside. Out there, really by himself. He's got Dalton back there behind him in that number 24. Brady Road up to second. Tony Manji looking to the inside of Brady Road. Coming around turn number 1 here, 2x2. Tony trying to do everything he can to get back up to Greg McKinney. And Brady doing still a little bit of blink in there, not too bad. Here comes the 11 of Ed Adams, who we just talked to. Ed to the inside of Dalton Tucker. And he is trying to complete that pass on Dalton at the stripe. It will be Ed, but barely, still side by side. Still have not completed the pass just yet. Yes, he did, but here comes Dalton Tucker now back to the inside. He's got his nose in there. Logan right up there on that high side. Oh, Logan Keiss. He knows he's got company. Matthew McCann right here as well in a battle for the lead as well. Look at the pressure the 92 is putting on the 20 up front here. Hey, we're doing a little bit of bump drafting there, looks like around turn 2. Here comes the 29 of Brady Road, wanting to put his 2 cents into this mess. What a good run Brady's having. Started 15th, and he is up to 3rd. What a run for Brady Road. Brady Road is your winner from Talladega back in April 21st. So he is looking to get another win here. He only has that 1 win. Now Ed Adams, he does have 1 win back all the way February 17th. He is looking to pick up another win. Greg McKinney's last win came at Richmond April 14th. So Greg is looking to get another win, but Tony Manji does have the lead. Greg McKinney back to 2nd. Brady Road 3rd. Logan Keiss still running that mid to high line. Maybe Logan has found something. 24 laps left in this race. They have really wound it down here, folks. I mean, they're really putting on a show. Now they're getting spread out. I believe Some of them can make it probably to the end. They may all be able to. But it looks like David McCullough has officially taken his car behind the wall. That is the first and only driver out of tonight's race. It looks like Terry Griffey still sitting on a pit road. And I don't know if Terry would even want to talk. Terry Griffey, Josh from the booth. Got a copy?
Sure do, Josh. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. Man, you messed up my tide machine. What happened out there, bud?
I got caught up in somebody else's mess early on, and I didn't have the speed after that.
Well, I mean, pretty good racing out there, though. I mean, everybody was, pretty aware of how the tire wear was. Was it as bad as they say it was? I know we were talking earlier.
Well, with me having damage, the guys would come back to me at the end of the run because my tires wasn't wearing quite as bad because of the speed. But yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. All right. Well, Terry, we don't want to keep you, bud. Are you done for the night? Are you going to be able to get back out there? Or?
No, I'm not going to get it back out on the track. I'll just be in the way. I'll let these guys finish this and see what happens.
Well, all right, Terry. Well, there's, we got next week's race, man, and we're going to be at.
Pocono, I believe.
I believe, yeah. We're going to be at Pocono, man. What do you think about the tricky triangle?
My luck's eventually got to change. I've had some of the worst luck here the last month. I'm hopefully looking for a good finish.
All right, Terry. We'll let you get back to it, bud. We'll see you next week, man.
All right, Josh. Appreciate all you do, buddy.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, Terry Griffey, man. What a tough break for Terry. Good racer. I like Terry. I like all these guys. All these guys, I mean, they know how to race. All right. Well, let's see here who we have in chat here, if I missed anything while I'm looking at it. Michelle, if you're still in chat, I just seen what you said. Isn't he great? His enthusiasm is infectious. I just seen that. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed that. It makes me feel good. Toby Cass, thank you so much. I appreciate it. See here. I think that's it. I think that's all I see currently right now in chat. Glad to have everybody out there. Really appreciate it. We got about 10 viewers. All right. Well, Tony Mangi has got about 18 laps to go. Got Greg McKinney still right behind him, though. Brady Road in third. I do not know if these guys can make it. Let's see here. He's 16. Do some math here. Let's see, 16, 10, 8. Ooh, well, it's going to be definitely close for Mr. Mangi. It's going to be close for everybody. I can see it. Scott Bellum as well. I mean, oh, yeah, it's going to be really, really close. Really, really close to see if they can make it to the end. I'm looking at it here. I'm seeing the stint that these guys are on, and just with how many laps are left to go and what stint they're on, they may. I would say they're probably going to have to pit for fuel at least one more time. Do not think they can make it. I do not. Now, I'm just a broadcaster. I'm not down there listening to them. I don't know exactly what they're thinking, what they're saying, what kind of strategies they got going on. I don't know any of that. So, but from my mathematications up here, I don't think they can. Well, all right, Kenny McCullough, solid run for Kenny, currently running in 8th in that 03. Matthew McCann just ahead of him, and Logan Kice looks like is going to have company with the 00. Matthew McCann. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, bud. Dalton Tucker still trying to fight his way back up front after leading 2 laps. Boy, it will be close for sure. According to this, Dalton Tucker is on a stint of 21 laps, and there's 13 to go, so about 32 roughly, 21, about 34 laps. See, I don't believe they can make it because the fuel is around 29 to 31 laps. Now, can they save enough, you know, to make it as well? Who can save the most fuel? Right now, we don't have anybody coming down pit road. With 12 to go, like they're going to get around the 15 of Jim Westerfield. Darren Bruce started 14th, or started 7th. He is currently in 14th. We'll go through the top 10 here real quick for everybody. Tony Manji, your current leader here, started 4th, currently 1st. Greg McKinney started on the pole. He is currently 2nd. Brady Rhodes started 15th, currently 3rd. Dalton Tucker started 2nd, currently 4th. Jared Duda started 8th, currently 5th. Kenny McCullough started 10th, currently 6th. Matthew McCann started 17th, currently 7th. Logan Kice started 21st, and he is up to 8th. What a run for Logan. Scott Bellum started 16th, currently 9th. And Thomas Gold started 3rd. He is currently 10th. Josh Mayu started 6th, currently 11th. Ed Adams started 14th. He is currently 12th. Scott Johnson started 9th, currently 13th. Darren Bruce started 7th. Currently 14th. Chuck Carroll started 13th, currently 15th. Thomas Vanassi started 12th, currently 16th. Scott Wise started 20th, currently 17th. Jim Westerfield started 11th, currently 18th. He is the only driver 1 lap down. Terry Griffey started 18th, currently 19th. Unfortunately, his race is done. So it looks like he will finish in that 19th position. David McCullough is out of the race here tonight. Started 5th, currently 20th. And Chris Munger did not start here this evening. So that is the way things are rolling right now as we are at 8 to go. And we still have... Ooh. Oh, man, I don't know. Can they make it now? Who is saving what? Because I'm showing that Greg McKinney is on a 31 stint here. He has not come down pit road, so he's got to be running low on fuel. Unless he's saving. I don't know how much he's saving. As these guys still continue to trek around the track here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, still not showing anybody attempting to come down a pit road at the present time. So, with about 4 to go here momentarily. When Tony crosses the line, we will be at 4 to go. Well, I think you're kind of committed now because 4 laps to go. You just gotta trek it. Well, that's going to put Greg McKinney on a stint of 34 laps. This is how accurate ATVO is. Dalton Tucker currently 3rd. Now we are 3 to go. We're looking at the schedule here now. Tony Manji did win last week's race. He also won the Kansas race, so technically this would be 3 races in a row. Now, last week's race was a non-points race, but I'm sure Tony would take it anyway. And we are at the 2 to go mark. And did Greg McKinney run out of fuel? I believe he might have ran out of fuel. Oh no, not what you want to see. Tony Manji taking the white flag. 1 to go. That's going to put Dalton in 2nd. No, Greg McKinney, no. No. Well, Tony Manji has got about a half a turn left, and he is going to take it. Tony Manji, your winner here tonight at Charlotte. Man. Oh, what a tough break for Greg McKinney. No. Well, Tony's going to finish in 1st, Dalton Tucker in 2nd, and Jared Duda in 3rd. Oh, man. Well, alrighty, folks, give me just a few moments. We will get the top 3 down here to interview. Don't go anywhere. The MaxSpeedTV post-race show will be coming up right after these messages. Alrighty, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. I've caught up with third place here tonight. Jared Duda, what a run you had here this evening. Started 8th. Everything, I guess, kind of worked out in your favor in a way. Kind of stayed out of the hiccups there with, you know, the tires and the fuel. But talk about your run out there tonight, bud.
I was just out there running, trying to keep tires on it, keep them under. Running behind Greg, Tony, and Dalton in 4th most of the race. Got a few early cautions, and after that second stage, I started saving. Wanted to see if I can make it in split the last stage into one stop, and dropped back to around 10th, and then that caution came out, which really did not help. We ended up pitting, coming out 10th, and then drove all the way back up to 3rd.
Well, what do you think the biggest key here tonight was, the tires or the fuel?
I'd definitely say the tires, just because, I mean, yeah, I know a few guys ran out on fuel, but I was saving tires, and that's basically how I got all the way up to 10th to 3rd. Just, I had less used tires than everyone else, so I was had the advantage there, which made me be able to propel her into 3rd.
Well, Jared, man, congratulations on a podium finish. Job well done here tonight for the I-States Racing Association, man. Great run. You got Pocono next week, man. The Tricky Triangle. What do you think about Pocono?
I wouldn't say I'm excited, but it'll be fun.
It'll be fun. All right. Thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you go celebrate 3rd here tonight?
Same thing again. Shout out to the guys on the team helping us out. Shout out to ISRA for putting it on. They always do a great job. Yeah.
All right, Jared. Well, we'll see you next week, bud, at Pocono.
Thank you, sir. Have a good night.
You too. All right, well, that'll bring us to 2nd place here tonight. Dalton Tucker, man, what a run you had. You led 2 laps here, started 2nd. You're going to finish 2nd. Talk about the run out there you had here, and what was the call made about the pit strategy there under green flag conditions?
Truck was pretty good throughout the night. I don't think I was ever the fastest, so that pit strategy was kind of just a shot in the dark and see what happens. And I think if it went green to the end, it would have been pretty interesting because I put a little gap on Tony and Greg during that. So it'd have been interesting, but I didn't have anything for him if we were on the same tires, so I had to try something.
Well, you know, everybody's on a different strategy, you know, when you're in a team or regardless if you're by yourself. So that really played into a factor here tonight. But what was the key point for you? Tires or fuel, or just trying to stay out of trouble once the tires fell off?
Well, honestly, the thing that hurt me the most was the restarts. I'd start 2nd and I'd fall back to 5th or 6th, and then I'd have to fight with everybody to get back up to 3rd or wherever I was. And it would just abuse my tires every time. And at that point, I would have nothing for anybody else. So then it was just kind of stuck riding around the track. So I'd probably say the tires were most important.
Most important. Yeah, I think everybody's going to say the tires here tonight. Well, Dalton, man, congratulations. You know, podium finish for you. 2nd place here tonight. Pocono next week. You know, Tricky Triangle. We know how Pocono is, and I'm sure you do too. Talk about, well, what's your mindset going into Pocono?
I haven't done too many races there, so it's going to be interesting. Hopefully just keep it clean and get another top 5. I don't think I'm going to be too fast there, but maybe I'll practice a little bit and get better at it.
Well, all right, Dalton, man. Thoughts, shout-outs you want to give before you go celebrate 2nd here tonight, bud?
Honestly, I want to give a shout-out to the top 5 during this race because, I mean, it was fun battling up there during all the restarts and everything like that, and they kept it pretty clean. And obviously, shout-out to K2B and I-States Racing for doing all this.
All right, Dalton. Well, man, we'll see you next week at Pocono, bud. Go celebrate 2nd here tonight.
All right, thanks.
Well, that'll bring us to Tony Manji. Tony, I might as well just keep you up here, man, because it just seems like every week you're on the podium, whether it be 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. So I think we're going to have to designate a spot just for you up here. But talk about your race out there tonight, bud.
Well, the best overhead door Chevy Silverado was pretty darn good tonight. We had a lot of battling. I mean, the first stage and the second stage was just this tight, intense battle with my teammate Greg McKinney. Boy, that was really intense, and I really didn't know what to expect, to be honest, through the rest of the race, through the final stage, and to kind of see what who had the better truck, who was driving the track better, and then we had weird pit strategy, and Dalton had the advantage, and then Jared Duda came up, and we just it was quite an entertaining race from the driver's seat, from my perspective, but we had a lot of fun, and it was a great night.
Well, if you had to do this race over again from the start to the finish, what would you? Is there anything you would have changed?
So when I pitted with Dalton there after that weird, that weird caution in the middle of green flag pit stops, he and I pitted. I immediately started kicking myself, and I'm like, why didn't I stay out? Because Greg had stayed out, Brady had stayed out, two of my teammates, and I'm like, I don't know why I pitted, but I did because I had, I didn't have as uh, much to lose, I guess. So it kind of worked out. The tires meant a lot more than I thought they would in that last run, and we were able to get by Greg and kind of lead from there. It was a lot different, played out a lot differently than I thought it would.
Yeah, well, it sure did, and as a broadcaster, I'm sitting up here looking at the stints, the runs that you guys are making, and I knew you guys were getting relatively low on fuel, 30, it got to 20, and then to 25, and then to 30, and then I'm thinking, okay, something's gonna give here, how much are they saving? Are they saving any? What's gonna happen? How much fuel did you have left when you crossed the line to win?
Well, I think I had an extra lap or half a lap in the bank, to be honest with you, but that was just due to actually that pit stop I was just referring to. It helped me out more than it did hurt me. That's for sure. I had fresher tires and then I had more fuel, so that was the difference, really. I mean, I saved quite a bit, to kind of make sure Greg wasn't getting too far back because I knew he'd have to save for sure, and I didn't want to run out again, something silly like that. So to try to give myself that buffer, and I ended up with probably about half a lap left.
Well, you did what you had to do, and it was a fun battle between all you guys out there, everybody that was out on the racetrack. But, Greg McKinney, Dalton, Jared, and all the guys that were up front at some point or another were battling it out. But we know Charlotte is Charlotte. But we're going to a Triangle next week, a Pocono. That's a whole different ballgame than Charlotte. Well, what's your mindset at Pocono?
Yeah, I got to go study geometry for the rest of the week so I can figure out how to drive a triangle. But no, Pocono is really interesting. It's going to present a lot of challenges that, you know, I don't know if all of us are going to know what to expect. I don't know if anybody knows what to expect, to be totally honest. So it'll be really fun, and no matter how it shakes out, it'll be another awesome race here at the I-States Racing Series.
Well, I wasn't expecting you guys to make it 30-some-odd laps on fuel either, but you did. So, that shows you how much ATVO is correct.
Yeah, exactly.
It is what it is. Well, Tony, man, congratulations on the win here tonight. This makes the third win in a row again for you. Now, last week was just the All-Star race. The points didn't count, but still the win. You got the win there. And then the week before that, you got the win at Kansas. So, this really technically makes 3 wins in a row, but do you think you have something to win at Pocono to make it 4?
Oh boy, I hope so. That'd be a lot of fun. And, I'm just kind of enjoying racing with these guys, hanging out, and just kind of, seeing what we got, trying to push myself because, Dalton, Greg especially, and Brady, my teammate, and those guys all push me to be a lot better and try to find that extra edge, and it's been a lot of fun this year, to kind of battle with those guys and the different battles I've had. It started off the year at Atlanta with Dalton, and then me and Greg have had a few really intense battles, and it's just been really, really, really cool to kind of push me to try to be better and to answer that call. So it's been a lot of fun.
All right, Tony. Yeah, and it sure has. You know, being able to call it up here in the booth, man, it's awesome to see how how crazy you guys can race, make it be, or yeah, you get what I'm saying. But you make it clean too, and it's very entertaining. Well, Tony, man, congratulations. Thoughts, shout outs again before you go celebrate the win.
Yep, got to shout out my sponsor, Best Overhead Doors, and Greg McKinney, those guys. Got to shout out Dadama Media, Maple Leaf Graphics, and everybody that helps me out with my Chevy Silverado. Got to thank Josh Mayu and everybody at iStates for putting this on. I got to thank you, Josh, for putting on the broadcast and all that good stuff. You guys do an awesome job week in and week out. Always love watching the broadcast. So thank you so much for everything you do, Josh.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I was beginning to wonder if I was even going to make it tonight. But, hey, we managed to get through it. So,
we got through it.
Yeah,
Glad to see you,
we got through it. So it was a good thing. Well, Tony, man, I'm not going to keep you, buddy. Go celebrate, man. And you get ready for Pocono because it's going to be fun.
All right. Thank you, sir. We'll see you next week.
Uh-huh. Well, all right, Tony Manji, your winner here tonight. All righty, folks, we're going to get down here to the results. Well, all righty, the Moto Option final results here. Tony Manji coming away with the win here tonight, 20 with a in the first place. Dalton Tucker going to finish in a close second here. Jared Duda third, Kenny McCullough fourth, Matthew McCann fifth, Scott Bellum in sixth, Thomas Gold seventh, Josh Mayu in eighth. And I got to pick on Josh here for a minute because he said he couldn't figure the track out and he didn't know if he would even have a top 15 car. Well, guess what, Josh? You finished eighth, man. You had a top 10 car. Congratulations, Josh, for finishing eighth place here tonight. Ed Adams going to get a top 10 too in ninth. Scott Johnson in 10th. Darren Bruce in 11th. Chuck Carroll in 12th. Thomas Fanassi 13th. Brady Road 14th. Scott Wise 15th. Logan Keiss, again, late happy birthday to Logan. He'll finish in 16th. Jim Westerfield 17th. And what a tough break for Greg McKinney. Just ran out of fuel on the last lap here tonight. He will finish in that 18th position. Terry Griffey in 19th. David McCullough 20th. Race Control and Chris Munger did not start the race. All right, well, that'll do it here tonight for MaxSpeedTV. Again, congratulations goes to Tony Manji on the win here tonight. All righty, folks, well, get ready because we got more action coming up on MaxSpeedTV tomorrow night, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, folks, stay safe and have a good night.